In a world where emotions often feel like a roller coaster, finding peace within ourselves can be tough, but there's a timeless wisdom hidden in Buddhism that can help us all, not just Buddhists, deal with our feelings better. So, welcome to a journey that's not just about religion, but about understanding ourselves better. Let's explore how Buddhist teachings can guide us towards calmness and peace. No matter what life throws our way, imagine a day when anger, fear, and sadness don't control us, when we can respond to life's ups and downs with a steady heart and clear mind. That's the promise of emotional mastery, a journey towards greater inner balance and resilience. Now, you might think this sounds too good to be true, but stay with me. We're not talking about some magical solution here. Instead, we're delving into practical tools and ancient wisdom that anyone can apply in their daily lives. Do you want to help us reach new heights? Like and share this video to boost its reach through the YouTube algorithm. And don't forget to subscribe, because only 8.5% of our viewers are subscribed. Your support makes a huge difference. At the heart of Buddhist teachings on emotions lies a simple but powerful idea: impermanence. This means that everything, our feelings included, is always changing. Understanding this can help us ride the waves of our emotions without getting swept away. But how do we put this into practice? Through mindfulness, the art of being fully present in each moment. By learning to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment, we create space to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. And here's the best part. You don't need to spend hours meditating in a monastery to benefit from these teachings. Simple practices like taking a few deep breaths when you feel overwhelmed or pausing to notice the sensations in your body can make a world of difference. So whether you're a busy parent, a stressed-out student, or anyone in between, know that the path to emotional mastery is open to you. Together, let's embark on this journey towards greater peace, one mindful moment at a time. Understanding emotions in Buddhism. In the vast landscape of human experience, emotions reign supreme as the driving force behind our thoughts, actions, and interactions with the world. Yet, in the teachings of Buddhism, emotions are not viewed as fixed or permanent entities, but rather as transient phenomena that arise and pass away like clouds in the sky. At the heart of Buddhist philosophy lies the profound recognition of the impermanent nature of all things, including our emotions. This fundamental insight is encapsulated in the concept of anicca, or impermanence, which teaches us that nothing in the universe, including our feelings, remains static or unchanging. Just as the weather shifts from sunshine to rain and back again, so too do our emotions ebb and flow, arising and subsiding in response to various internal and external conditions. This understanding of impermanence forms the cornerstone of Buddhist teachings on emotions, offering a powerful perspective shift that can profoundly impact how we relate to our inner world. Instead of clinging to pleasant emotions or resisting unpleasant ones, we are encouraged to adopt a stance of mindful awareness, acknowledging the fleeting nature of our feelings without becoming entangled in them. Central to this practice is the cultivation of mindfulness, the art of paying attention to the present moment with openness, curiosity, and acceptance. Through mindfulness meditation, practitioners learn to observe the arising and passing away of thoughts, emotions, and sensations without judgment or attachment, cultivating a spacious awareness that allows for greater clarity and equanimity. In the Buddhist tradition, emotions are often likened to waves on the surface of the ocean, momentary disturbances that arise and dissolve within the vast expanse of consciousness. By learning to anchor ourselves in the depths of our being, we can ride the waves of our emotions with greater ease, knowing that, like all phenomena, they are inherently transient and insubstantial. But what about the more challenging emotions, such as anger, fear, and sadness? In Buddhism, these afflictive emotions are not viewed as inherently negative or bad, but rather as natural expressions of the human condition. Just as clouds temporarily obscure the sun, so too do these difficult emotions cloud the clarity of our minds, leading us astray from our inherent wisdom and compassion. The key to working with these emotions lies in the practice of mindfulness and compassion. Rather than suppressing or avoiding them, we are encouraged to turn towards them with an attitude of kindness and curiosity, exploring their underlying causes and conditions with a spirit of non-judgmental awareness. Through this process of self-inquiry and self-reflection, we come to understand the intricate interplay of thoughts, emotions, and beliefs that shape our subjective experience of the world. In doing so, we cultivate greater insight into the nature of our own minds, freeing ourselves from the grip of habitual patterns and conditioning that perpetuate suffering. In essence, understanding emotions in Buddhism is not about transcending or bypassing our feelings, but rather about embracing them fully with wisdom and compassion. By cultivating mindfulness, we learn to navigate the ever-changing landscape of our inner world with grace and resilience, finding freedom amidst the flux of experience, cultivating equanimity through meditation. In the bustling chaos of modern life, finding a sense of inner calm and balance can feel like an elusive dream. Yet, within the ancient practice of meditation lies a powerful tool for cultivating equanimity, the ability to remain steady and composed amidst life's inevitable ups and downs. At its core, meditation is a practice of training the mind to be present and aware, allowing us to develop greater clarity, insight, and emotional resilience. One of the key ways in which meditation fosters equanimity is through the cultivation of mindfulness, the practice of paying attention to the present moment with openness, curiosity, and acceptance. Mindfulness meditation involves anchoring our awareness in the present moment, often by focusing on the breath, bodily sensations, or sounds in our environment. As we sit in meditation, thoughts and emotions may arise, pulling us away from our point of focus. However, instead of becoming swept away by these mental fluctuations, we gently acknowledge them and return our attention to the present moment again and again. Through this process of sustained attention and non-reactive awareness, we develop greater resilience in the face of life's challenges. Rather than getting caught up in the drama of our thoughts and emotions, we learn to observe them with a sense of detachment, recognizing them as transient phenomena that come and go like passing clouds in the sky. One of the most powerful practices for cultivating equanimity is loving kindness meditation, also known as metta bhavana in the Buddhist tradition. This practice involves silently repeating phrases of goodwill and compassion towards ourselves and others, gradually expanding the circle of our compassion to encompass all beings. By cultivating a heart of loving kindness towards ourselves and others, we cultivate a sense of connection and empathy that transcends our individual concerns and grievances. This deepens our capacity for equanimity, allowing us to respond to life's challenges with compassion and grace, rather than reactively getting caught up in our own self-interests. In addition to formal meditation practice, cultivating equanimity also involves bringing mindfulness into our daily lives. This means being present and attentive in everything we do, whether it's washing the dishes, walking in nature, or engaging in conversation with a loved one. By infusing each moment with mindful awareness, we learn to cultivate equanimity in the midst of our everyday activities, finding peace and serenity amidst the busyness of life. In essence, cultivating equanimity through meditation is about learning to embrace the present moment with open-hearted awareness, regardless of its joys or sorrows. By developing the capacity to remain steady and composed amidst life's inevitable ups and downs, we discover a profound sense of inner peace and freedom that transcends circumstances. In the tapestry of human experience, attachment weaves a complex and intricate pattern, shaping our desires, fears, and relationships with the world around us. Yet, in the teachings of Buddhism, attachment is identified as a root cause of suffering, a clinging to impermanent phenomena that inevitably leads to dissatisfaction and discontent. At its core, attachment arises from a fundamental misunderstanding of the nature of reality. We mistakenly believe that our happiness and well-being depend on external conditions, such as possessions, relationships, or achievements. Consequently, we cling to these transient phenomena, seeking security and fulfillment where none can ultimately be found. In the Buddhist tradition, the concept of non-attachment, or nekkhamma, is central to the path of liberation. Non-attachment does not mean renouncing the world or withdrawing from life's experiences. Rather, it involves cultivating a mindset of inner freedom and detachment, allowing us to engage with life fully while letting go of our fixation on specific outcomes or conditions. One of the key practices for letting go of attachment is mindfulness, the practice of being fully present and aware in each moment. Through mindfulness meditation, we learn to observe the arising and passing away of thoughts, emotions, and sensations without getting entangled in them. By cultivating a spacious awareness, we create the space to recognize attachment as it arises and to loosen its grip on our hearts and minds. Another essential aspect of letting go of attachment is developing wisdom, the ability to see things as they truly are. In Buddhism, wisdom is cultivated through the practice of insight meditation, also known as vipassana. This involves investigating the nature of reality with clarity and discernment, seeing through the illusions of the ego, and recognizing the impermanent and interdependent nature of all phenomena. Through the practice of mindfulness and wisdom, we gradually loosen our attachment to external conditions and identities, finding a deeper sense of peace and contentment within ourselves. We come to realize that true happiness does not depend on acquiring or achieving anything external, but arises from within as we learn to let go of our desires and expectations and embrace life as it unfolds. Letting go of attachment does not mean denying our emotions or suppressing our desires. Rather, it involves cultivating a healthy relationship with our thoughts and feelings, recognizing them as transient and impermanent phenomena that arise and pass away in the field of awareness. In essence, letting go of attachment is a journey of inner transformation, a process of releasing the grip of the ego and opening ourselves to the fullness of life. By relinquishing our attachments, we discover a profound sense of freedom and liberation, allowing us to experience each moment with clarity, openness, and joy. Compassion and emotional resilience. In the intricate tapestry of human emotions, compassion shines as a beacon of light, a guiding force that nurtures empathy, understanding, and connection with ourselves and others. Rooted in the teachings of Buddhism, compassion is regarded not only as a moral virtue, but also as a transformative practice that holds the key to emotional resilience and inner peace. At its essence, compassion is the recognition of the shared humanity that binds us all together, a recognition that beneath our surface differences, we all long for happiness and freedom from suffering. This fundamental insight forms the foundation of Buddhist teachings on compassion, which emphasize the cultivation of loving kindness, empathy, and altruism as antidotes to the pain and isolation of the human condition. One of the central practices for cultivating compassion is loving kindness meditation, also known as metta bhavana. This practice involves intentionally directing thoughts of goodwill and benevolence towards ourselves and others, gradually expanding the circle of our compassion to encompass all beings. By generating feelings of love and compassion in our hearts, we cultivate a sense of connection and belonging that transcends the of self and other, fostering emotional resilience and inner strength. Compassion also plays a crucial role in the cultivation of emotional resilience, the ability to bounce back from adversity and navigate life's challenges with grace and fortitude. In the face of difficulties, it is often our capacity for compassion for ourselves and others that sustains us, providing a source of solace and support amidst the storms of life. Through the practice of compassion, we learn to meet our own suffering with kindness and understanding rather than self-criticism or judgment. We recognize that pain and hardship are inevitable aspects of the human experience, and instead of resisting or avoiding them, we approach them with an open heart and a spirit of acceptance. Moreover, compassion empowers us to extend a hand of kindness and support to others in their time of need, fostering a sense of interconnectedness and solidarity that uplifts and strengthens us all. By offering compassion to those who are suffering, we not only alleviate their pain, but also cultivate a sense of purpose and meaning in our own lives, deepening our connection to the larger web of existence. In essence, compassion and emotional resilience are deeply intertwined, each nourishing and supporting the other in a beautiful dance of mutual enrichment. As we cultivate compassion in our hearts, we discover a wellspring of inner strength and resilience that enables us to face life's challenges with courage, compassion, and grace. And in doing so, we not only transform our own lives, but also contribute to the creation of a more compassionate and resilient world for all beings. Overcoming obstacles on the path. Embarking on the journey towards emotional mastery and inner peace is not without its challenges. Along the path, we encounter a myriad of obstacles, internal and external, that test our resolve and resilience. Yet in the teachings of Buddhism, every obstacle is seen as an opportunity for growth and transformation, a chance to deepen our understanding and strengthen our commitment to the path. One of the most common obstacles on the path to emotional mastery is the tendency towards self-judgment and self-criticism. As we strive to cultivate mindfulness and compassion, we may find ourselves grappling with feelings of inadequacy or unworthiness, doubting our ability to change or grow. Yet it is precisely in these moments of self-doubt that the practice of self-compassion becomes essential. Self-compassion involves treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer to a dear friend in need. Rather than berating ourselves for our perceived shortcomings, we learn to embrace ourselves with warmth and acceptance, recognizing that we are worthy of love and compassion just as we are. Another common obstacle on the path is resistance to change. Even when we recognize the need for transformation in our lives, we may find ourselves clinging to patterns and habits, afraid to step into the unknown. Yet it is only by embracing change and embracing the discomfort that comes with growth that we can truly evolve and flourish. In Buddhism, the principle of impermanence teaches us that change is inevitable and that clinging to the past or present only leads to suffering. By cultivating a mindset of openness and adaptability, we learn to embrace change as a natural part of life, allowing it to propel us forward on our journey towards emotional mastery. Moreover, obstacles on the path often arise in the form of external challenges, such as stressful life events, conflicts in relationships, or societal pressures that threaten to derail our progress. In these moments, it can be tempting to give in to despair or resignation, believing that our efforts are futile in the face of overwhelming adversity. Yet it is precisely in these moments of struggle that our practice becomes most potent. By drawing upon the wisdom and resilience cultivated through meditation, mindfulness, and compassion, we find the strength to face adversity with courage and grace. We may stumble and fall along the way, but with each setback we learn and grow stronger, inching ever closer to the peace and equanimity we seek. In essence, overcoming obstacles on the path to emotional mastery is not about avoiding challenges or achieving perfection, but about embracing the journey with courage, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to growth. As we navigate the ups and downs of life, may we remember that every obstacle is an opportunity, a chance to deepen our understanding, cultivate compassion, and awaken to the fullness of our own potential. Embracing impermanence. In the intricate dance of life, change is the only constant. Seasons shift, rivers flow, and stars fade into the night, a ceaseless cycle of birth, growth, decay, and renewal. Yet, in the human heart, there often lingers a resistance to this fundamental truth of impermanence, a longing for permanence and stability in a world that is ever evolving. In the teachings of Buddhism, impermanence, or anicca, is regarded as one of the three universal characteristics of existence, alongside suffering, dukkha, and non-self, anatta. This recognition of impermanence lies at the very heart of Buddhist philosophy, serving as a profound reminder of the transient and ephemeral nature of all things. Yet far from being a cause for despair or disillusionment, the contemplation of impermanence is viewed as a gateway to freedom and liberation. For in acknowledging the impermanent nature of all phenomena, thoughts, emotions, sensations, and experiences, we are released from the grip of attachment and aversion that bind us to suffering. One of the key practices for embracing impermanence is mindfulness, the practice of paying attention to the present moment with openness, curiosity, and acceptance. Through mindfulness meditation, we learn to observe the ever-changing flow of sensations, thoughts, and emotions without clinging to or rejecting them. In doing so, we cultivate a spacious awareness that allows us to witness the impermanence of all things without getting caught up in the drama of our own desires and fears. Moreover, the contemplation of impermanence can serve as a powerful catalyst for living more fully and authentically in the present moment. When we recognize the fleeting nature of life, we are inspired to make the most of each precious moment, cherishing the beauty and wonder that surrounds us. Furthermore, embracing impermanence can bring a sense of freedom and lightness to as we release the burden of trying to control or cling to that which is inherently fleeting. Instead of resisting change, we learn to flow with the rhythm of life, embracing the ebb and flow of experience with an open heart and a spirit of adventure. In essence, embracing impermanence is not about denying the pain of loss or the challenges of change, but about finding peace and freedom in the midst of life's uncertainties. By cultivating mindfulness, wisdom, and compassion, we can learn to navigate the ever-changing currents of existence with grace, resilience, and an abiding sense of gratitude for the precious gift of each passing moment. Transforming negative emotions into opportunities for growth. In the landscape of human experience, negative emotions often loom like storm clouds on the horizon, casting a shadow over our inner landscape and obscuring the light of our inherent wisdom and compassion. Yet in the teachings of Buddhism, every emotional storm is seen as an opportunity for growth, a chance to cultivate greater resilience, understanding, and compassion in the face of adversity. At the heart of Buddhist philosophy lies the recognition that all emotions, whether positive or negative, are natural expressions of the human condition. Rather than viewing negative emotions as something to be avoided or suppressed, Buddhism teaches us to approach them with curiosity and compassion, recognizing them as messengers bearing valuable insights about our inner world. One of the key practices for transforming negative emotions is mindfulness, the practice of paying attention to the present moment with openness, curiosity, and acceptance. Through mindfulness meditation, we learn to observe the arising and passing away of thoughts, emotions, and sensations without judgment or attachment. In doing so, we create space to explore the underlying causes and conditions of our negative emotions, uncovering the deeper patterns and beliefs that give rise to them. Moreover, mindfulness allows us to develop a more spacious and compassionate relationship with our negative emotions rather than becoming entangled in them or identifying with them as defining aspects of our identity. By observing our emotions with mindfulness, we can begin to recognize the impermanent and insubstantial nature of all phenomena, including our own thoughts and feelings, thereby loosening their grip on our hearts and minds. In addition to mindfulness, another powerful tool for transforming negative emotions is the practice of compassion, both towards ourselves and others. Rather than reacting to our negative emotions with self-criticism or judgment, we can meet them with kindness and understanding, recognizing that they are natural and inevitable aspects of the human experience. Moreover, by extending compassion to others who may be experiencing similar emotions, we cultivate a sense of connection and empathy that transcends our individual concerns and grievances. This deepens our capacity for resilience and fosters a sense of solidarity and support amidst life's challenges. Furthermore, negative emotions can serve as valuable opportunities for self-reflection and personal growth, providing valuable insights into our deepest fears, desires, and insecurities. By investigating the underlying causes and conditions of our negative emotions with wisdom and compassion, we can uncover the root causes of our suffering and begin to heal and transform them at their source. In essence, transforming negative emotions into opportunities for growth is not about denying or suppressing our feelings, but about approaching them with mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom. By embracing our emotions as valuable teachers on the path of awakening, we can learn to navigate life's challenges with grace, resilience, and an abiding sense of peace, cultivating a community of support. In the journey towards emotional mastery and inner peace, the importance of community cannot be overstated. Just as a sturdy tree relies on its roots for stability and nourishment, so too do we rely on the support and companionship of others to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. In the teachings of Buddhism, the value of spiritual community, or Sangha, is held in high esteem, recognized as an essential aspect of the path towards awakening. At its core, a spiritual community is a place of refuge and sanctuary, a sacred space where individuals can come together to support and uplift one another on the journey towards emotional well-being and spiritual growth. Being part of a community, whether through meditation groups, study sessions, or retreats, creates a space where individuals can grow in their practice, exchange their challenges and insights, and gain motivation from the shared wisdom and kindness of others on the same path. One of the main benefits of building a supportive community is the feeling of belonging and connection it brings. In a world often marked by separation and loneliness, the Sangha provides a welcoming place of acceptance where people feel understood and appreciated for who they truly are. This feeling of belonging not only improves our emotional well-being, but also boosts our strength in tough times, reminding us that we're not alone in our journey. Additionally, the Sangha helps keep us accountable and motivated, encouraging us to stay dedicated to our practice and continue pursuing our spiritual goals even when things get difficult. By surrounding ourselves with like-minded individuals who share our values and dreams, we form a support system that helps us overcome challenges and remain faithful to our highest ideals. Additionally, the Sangha acts as a valuable source of shared wisdom and experience, offering helpful guidance and support to those facing challenges on their spiritual journey. Whether through formal lessons, casual conversations, or group practices, the Sangha provides numerous opportunities for personal growth and self-discovery, helping people better understand and navigate their inner world with clarity. Beyond its impact on individual members, the Sangha also plays an important role in promoting compassion and kindness in the wider community. Through collective acts of kindness and generosity, members of the Sangha can make a real difference, spreading love and compassion to those around them. In fact, building a supportive community isn't just a nice-to-have, it's essential for achieving emotional balance and inner peace. By surrounding ourselves with fellow practitioners, we create a strong foundation for personal development and spiritual awakening, nurturing our hearts and minds with the wisdom, compassion, and love that comes from a supportive community, and integrating mindfulness into everyday life. In the fast pace of modern life, it's easy to get swept away by the busyness, losing touch with the present and the depth of our inner world. However, in Buddhism, mindfulness, the practice of being fully present with openness and curiosity, is seen as a powerful remedy to the stress and distractions of everyday living. Mindfulness isn't just about formal meditation. It's a way of living, bringing focused attention to every moment, whether you're washing dishes, walking in nature, or talking with a loved one. By practicing mindfulness in our daily lives, we can bring more clarity, presence, and joy to everything we do. One of the key aspects of weaving mindfulness into daily life is the practice of mindful awareness, paying focused attention to what's happening right now without being trapped in thoughts about the past or future. This means tuning in to our senses, thoughts, and feelings with gentle curiosity, noticing the subtle details of both our inner and outer worlds with a fresh, open heart. Additionally, mindfulness can easily become part of our daily routines through simple practices like mindful eating, mindful walking, and mindful breathing. By focusing on the sensations of eating, walking, or breathing, we can strengthen our connection to the present moment and find calm and balance even in the midst of our busy lives. Mindfulness can also be woven into our interactions with others, helping us create deeper connections, empathy, and understanding in our relationships. When we bring mindfulness into our conversations, we can listen more carefully, speak more genuinely, and respond thoughtfully to others' needs, building stronger bonds and harmony in our interactions. Beyond improving personal well-being and relationships, practicing mindfulness in everyday life can have a broader impact on society. By fostering a culture of mindfulness and presence in our communities, we can build more compassionate, resilient, and inclusive environments, encouraging greater harmony and cooperation among people and groups. Integrating mindfulness into daily life isn't about adding another task to our list, but about adopting a new way of being, one that approaches each moment with openness, curiosity, and acceptance. When we bring mindful awareness into all parts of our lives, we can awaken to the beauty around us and experience peace and fulfillment in the present moment. The importance of wisdom in emotional mastery. When it comes to mastering our emotions, the ability to understand and manage our inner world with clarity and balance relies heavily on wisdom. Wisdom, known as prajna in Buddhism, is the deep insight gained through experience and reflection. It helps us see the true nature of reality and understand the roots of our suffering. At its core, wisdom is about seeing things as they really are, not how we want them to be or how they might appear on the surface, but how they exist at a deeper level. It involves looking beyond appearances and examining the deeper causes and conditions behind our thoughts, emotions, and experiences with clear understanding. A key part of wisdom in mastering emotions is recognizing impermanence, the understanding that everything, including our thoughts, emotions, and identities, is temporary and constantly changing. By accepting that our inner and outer experiences are not permanent, we can release ourselves from attachment and aversion, which often cause suffering. This brings more peace and balance as we navigate life's changes. Additionally, wisdom involves seeing the interconnectedness of everything, the idea that we are not separate individuals but part of a larger whole. This understanding leads to greater empathy, compassion, and kindness, because we realize that our well-being is closely tied to the well-being of others. Wisdom also means understanding the nature of suffering and its causes. It recognizes that our habits of craving, rejection, and ignorance are at the root of our unhappiness. By looking honestly and bravely at the causes of our suffering, we can start to break free from the deeply rooted patterns that keep us stuck in emotional distress, leading to greater inner freedom and peace. Beyond its powerful effects on personal well-being, wisdom has a significant impact on society as well. By encouraging wisdom within our communities and institutions, we can create spaces that are more compassionate, fair, and sustainable, leading to greater harmony and cooperation between individuals and groups. Essentially, wisdom plays a crucial role in emotional mastery, guiding us toward deeper self-awareness, compassion, and inner freedom. By nurturing wisdom through mindfulness, self-reflection, and studying spiritual teachings, we can awaken to the true nature of life and tap into the inherent wisdom and compassion within us all. Through the lens of Buddhist wisdom, we have explored our emotional world, learning how to navigate its highs and lows using mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom as our guiding lights. As we conclude this journey, it's important to understand that these insights aren't just abstract ideas, but powerful tools we can use to transform our everyday lives. Whether we are experiencing joy or facing challenges, Buddhist teachings offer us a steady guide, a reminder to stay present, embrace impermanence, nurture compassion, and awaken the wisdom within ourselves. As we continue to bring these teachings into our daily lives, it's important to remember the value of community, drawing strength and support from others walking the same path. Looking ahead, may this wisdom continue to inspire and uplift us as we seek emotional mastery and inner peace. Let us practice mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom in everything we do, bringing healing and positive change, not just to ourselves, but also to the world around us. As we conclude, let us express our deepest gratitude for this shared journey. May Buddhist wisdom continue to light our way, guiding us toward greater understanding, compassion, and freedom. I invite you to embody the spirit of curiosity, openness, and kindness in all your interactions with yourself, with others, and with the world around you. As you continue on your journey, may you find joy, fulfillment, and profound insight in the wisdom of the present moment. That's where you come in, my friends. I'm inviting each and every one of you to join the Wisdom Directions movement and help us achieve this incredible milestone. When you hit that subscribe button below, you'll become part of a growing community of driven individuals who are committed to unlocking their full potential, just like you. Let's make it a future filled with wisdom, growth, and limitless possibilities. Subscribe, like, and share. And let's watch wisdom directions soar to new heights.